Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be reading the first half of chapter 11 of Just Dance by Patricia McLaughlin, The Secret Lives of Crows. I woke up early, feeling better. I wasn't coughing and my chest didn't feel so heavy. When I walked to the window, I saw a truck driving off between the two meadows. I couldn't see who drove the truck. It was too far away. I looked at my calendar and suddenly the heavy feeling was back. It was concert day. Mother and Nate were in the truck and they wouldn't be back until evening. The page I wrote in the night was not on my desk. I looked around but couldn't find it. The window had been open in the warm night. Maybe a breeze moved it. The door behind me opened as I looked under my desk. My father. I saw them leave, I said, turning. But it was my mother who stood there, a glass of juice for me in her hand. You, is all I could say. Me, she said. I sat on the bed and stared at her. Father and Nate left without you. That wasn't my plan, I said. She smiled at me. Maybe not your plan, but it was always mine. She sat beside me on the bed and handed me the juice. Was Father angry? I asked. It doesn't matter, she said. That sounds like something Nate would say, I said. I know, said my mother happily. And instead of crying, which I felt like doing, we both laughed. She handed me my pills. I stayed because I'm your mother and you are more important than a concert. She stood up and looked out the window. Besides, she said with a faraway look, I get letters from James all the time about where he's singing. You do? She nodded. And the truth of it is every day I hear his tenor voice in my ear. He's always close by. Your past, Nate called it, I said, and so did you. It was quiet then. Then Mother put up the window a bit. Here comes Bud, she said. You want a visitor? I do, I said. Mother smiled and I knew why. I sounded like Bud. All righty then, she said, making me laugh as she went downstairs to see Bud. Bud and Pal arrived in my room together, Pal jumping up on my bed and licking my face. I've missed you, I said, both of you. We've missed you too, said Bud, sitting on my desk chair. Crime is on the upswing. It is not, I said, laughing. Tinker asked how you are. He said that the log was no longer interesting. No, he didn't. No, but he was thinking it. You sound just like... I know, said Bud, waving his arms. Mrs. Ludolph. I'll be back in a few days, I said. Good. The crows are still there. Bud? Yes? Reach into my desk drawer. I have an important log for you. Bud opened the drawer and took out my paper. He read it. Oh my, he said. Oh my, your father told you this? He did. Bud stood up. Come on, pal. We have just enough time to get this in the afternoon paper. Pal jumped off the bed and followed Bud to the door. Oh my, said Bud again before he left. I slept again. I dreamed of crows. The afternoon newspaper came, and my mother left it on my bed as I slept. The kindness of crows. Someone I know taught me the secret lives of crows, and a childhood fed them. Crows left her shiny beads and stones and tiny bones. It was a bargain. Gifts of joy. Sylvie Bloom. It was dusk when I woke. I could hear my mother singing Placer d'amour to the cows as they hurried after her from the field to the barn. Far off, I could see the dust rise up from the tires of my father's truck, but the late light did not let me see him and my brother inside the truck. I put on my jeans and slowly walked down the hallway and down the stairs to the kitchen. I looked out the door to see Nate climb out of the back seat. My father got out and waved to me. Who was in the front seat? A hitchhiker? We had them on our roads. Everyone picked up everyone they saw. My mother sang in the barn, and a tall man got out to the front seat. I shaded my eyes against the late setting sun. Then I opened the door and went outside, the first time in days. The man looked familiar. And then I knew. I knew because of the concert poster with his picture there. James had come. He walked into the barn and we suddenly heard two voices singing, my mother and James Grayston. My father came and put his arm around me. No words. Slowly, we walked to the barn door and inside. Nate stood along the back wall. And this concludes the first half of Chapter 11 of Just Dance. I hope that you've enjoyed my video. Thank you.